And we are back at the Tuchapiane podcast, and we were actually asking ourselves, is Geoffrey going to survive the Senate? And if you have not watched the previous episode, tafadhali, wacha. Apa, this is your cue to stop watching this and go back to the previous episode. So, I believe Wameenda. Good. Now, is Geoffrey going to survive the Senate? My answer is no. I absolutely think that Geoffrey is Gachagua, of course, for those who don't know. Geoffrey is not going to survive the Senate simply because I feel like there's a ploy to get him out, and he's not going to survive this. And I saw Ledama Olekina, who is a senator for, is it Narok? He tweeted and deleted. Like he tuko na receipts where he tweeted akasema ati, don't worry, Mr. President, we the Senate won't fail you. Then he deleted after backlash, but people screenshotted it wakamwekea vizuri. So that already tells you that their mind is made up that our deputy president, who will be the former deputy president by then, is going home to Madira.
Lakini any adi retango just because
Amason Kingi.
And impose a travel ban to all senators.
Because they want this done. And you see, the president, I feel
Amason Kingi apendi kwanza Gachagua number 1. And for me, if you were to ask me, Gachagua is going to survive the Senate.
How?
Because I know for a fact that he has the numbers. As I said in the earlier episode, Gachagua only needs a third. Anahitaji like 17 senators wa vote no. Yes, wa vote no. Na ata survive.
I feel like for Gachagua,
see what senators in 47, but what I know for a fact is that he has around 21 senators wenye uko kwa side yake.
But he has there are also nominated senators kina Oroba, kina Karenyamu and the likes.
Well yes katai, lakini 21 of them anahitaji tu 17 pekee. But if he had some MPs wenye walikuwa side yake atakosa senators kweli. He has the numbers, they are there.
But numbers zenye atalipata kwa MPs ni ngapi? Ni karibu 18.
Ndio ujue this guy
ilikuwa kidogo.
This Gachagua is not stupid, number 1. Ndio huyu jamaa angekuwa anajua itafika level yenye ataimpichiwa angeresign mapema.
But he might
angeresign angekuwa in a position ya maybe ku vie for an office maybe in the next term 2027 or something of that sort. Saisi akimpichiwa hata ingekuwa office yoyote. But that guy has the conviction, anajua for a fact that he has power in the Senate. The numbers are there, and he's going to survive the.
What if he resigns start of next week?
He won't resign.
He is not going to resign. He said that. He's not going to resign.
What if this is politics? What if this is just a game? Because come to think of it, the president hasn't spoken. Right? And through all this, there were a lot of controversies that were happening, including the SHA and the Adani deal, and Ketraco being also sold to Adani. What if this is just a game? Or not Ketraco, is it Kenzen being sold to Adani? What if this is just a ploy to make us shift focus to politics? It's actually being sold. Katia Ketraco na Kenzen, one of them. Sijui ni gani. I use Twitter as a source of information, so don't blame me. What if this is just a ploy to shift our attention to politics, and by the time we are done, everything is moving, including the deals that these guys wanted to make? Because come to think of it, why is Gachagua not quitting? And this is political suicide.
And he spoke about the scandals. Actually, number 1, he spoke about the scandals.
And the president...
So there must be a rift between the president and the deputy president.
The president has not spoken. What if the president comes out and says, hey, hii story mazemu, hii mambo ya vita, I promised my deputy he will not suffer under my hands. What if he says that?
Lakini yes ndio amesukuma emotion. Ukiona kitu shake parliament, it must be sponsored by the president.
But what makes us think?
The president has the power to say, wacheneni nayo na inaisha saa hiyo. Akisema sasa mwacheni na historia impeachment itaisha.
What if he does that?
Well, he can, but kama hajafanya kupitia hadi kufikia hadi saa hii atafanya.
Because you see right now
angeanza na MPs.
But right now there's a court case about the Adani deal. There's a court case ongoing right now as we speak. But you see, the thing is, we are not focusing on the court case. All eyes on Gachagua, Geoffrey, and William. I've forgotten the name that the first lady called him.
Bob. Was it Bob? Bill. It's Bill.
It's between Bill and Geoffrey. We're just focusing on Bill and Geoffrey and the rift that is happening between Bill and Geoffrey. William Bill Samoei Ruto. That's such a weird name. Why would you call somebody William and Bill? William Bill. It's not even making sense.
Hiyo dia bibi yake unajam nini?
Like William and Bill Williams. That makes sense, but
The
William
wife calls
Bill,
him that.
Si labda ni Bill Williams.
Bill Williams.
Zia anaitwa William. Sasa like ni Bill William. Like I feel like it's so singular.
He is not Bill William.
Inafaa iko na Bills, William Bills. You see, or Bill Williams. Like plural.
Where?
But either way, I really don't care what happens. Moving on to more important issues that are not impeachment.
Yeah.
Wait. Before to get CDF and nini.
I don't umesha preempt.
Uliona history ya nani anaitwaje? Moses Kuria akisema is it by 25th or from 25th December that lipa M-Pesa na pochi la biashara will now start being used as part of the taxes.
I saw it, but you see, I really don't listen to.
Let me just laugh. This is what kitu kingine naweza fanya.
Walisema by 25th is
Now,
it by 25th or
But you see, unajua mseka Mose, you're not supposed to be listening to people like Mose. Because I feel
but
like
whatever he says comes to the light. Anasema gani na kwa kweli.
sikatai. I'm get point yangu sikatai.
Na alisema tu nani Gachagua ataimpichiwa.
Ni sawa, mimi sikatai. But I look at Moses as somebody who just runs.
No, but ni ukweli, see he heads
he doesn't have a good way of saying things. That's how
the economic committee, the presidential the country's economic committee.
Anasema time kuna hii mvutano.
So that's why nakwambia this might just be a ploy for them to implement such nonsensical things.
You know what? Whatever they want to do with this country, let them do it. If Bill wants to sell this country, let him do it.
Bill is William.
Ni kama sasa tufomia kwa country kingine Kenya tuwekewe kando, si wengine tuhamie huko na tumwachie hii yake akae peke yake na MPs wake na whatever senators that and governors that he has.
But these guys are so greedy though. But either way, if Moses Kuria decides and that nonsensical committee that so far their reforms have not helped Kenya in any way possible, because you see we have a committee conclusively with Kinandi, kina Moses Kuria. You see, these are people who you think that they understand the analogies of economics. They understand the world of economics, but nothing is working. We are still in a debt hole. We still have some nonsensical taxation rates, and the systems that are in place are not working.
Yeah.
So there is no need for me to listen to somebody like Moses Kuria, because let them do what they want to do. At this point, I am so disembodied that I just want them to do what they want to do, and it's totally okay. Moving on to matters important. I don't want to talk about Moses Kuria because every time I think about him, he annoys me. He just annoys me.
And you get emotional at the same time. Don't forget to say that.
I don't see a point.
Ebulialia kidogo. I know you.
But either way, let's move on to more important things.
Yeah.
CDF, man. What's going on with CDF, Gidi?
Apparently court ilijaji kasema CDF is unconstitutional.
So if CDF is unconstitutional, does that necessarily mean that wase watakuwa na access your funding ya CDF? Juu kuna wase imesaidia. Najua kuna wase imesaidia CDF.
Yeah.
So does that warrant that?
So I think they want it scrapped or something. And then I hear, there's a time I was seeing a story wakisema wale watu wako employed by CDF, like their jobs don't have any security. Like unaweza mpe hivi na umeambiwa bro.
But isn't that what happens right now in Kenya? Like nobody has some sort of guaranteed job security.
But for something that is from the government.
But either way, now we know people that are working in government have not been paid for 5 months.
Even 7 months.
Hata hakuna mimi sijui hata hiyo sasa unasema umechorwa job aje na gava and you have not been paid for 5 months. And I want to particularly call out Laikipia County. Lipeni watu wenu bana. These guys have gone for months. We have workers who are complaining that they have not been paid for months and months. And actually they protested, I think recently. They were protesting about not being paid their salaries. And you know the funny thing is that treasury ilishatoa do yao. So there is somebody in the county government who has hoarded that money, and now he's waiting for it to appreciate in value in terms of dollars, akule profit yake alafu apatie wao salary yao.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
Podcast ya
Now,
ilikuwa the Wicked Edition.
Yeah, nini?
Dr. Kingo.
Yeah.
Like money is already
disbursed.
Kwa sasa kuna mtu anaipeleka bank,
anacheza forex nayo.
Ndio anarudisha.
But either way, so
okay, what do you think? Do you think CDF should be scrapped?
I don't think CDF should be scrapped, but I think CDF should be
ipewe national government.
I don't
ipatiwe ama in short, badala ya kupatia juu unapatanga senator ako na amepatiwa do yake fulani ya kupatia kama in terms of bursaries. Senator amepatiwa, MCA amepatiwa, hizo do zote zipatiwa national government, na zikipatiwa national government zipeleke into the schools directly. Usipatie MP CDF, usimpatie hiyo do, peleka directly kwa shule.
Wataiba sana.
Exactly, and that's my point.
CDF si wanaiba sana CDF. If the national government is controlling all this, I believe it will be much better.
No. But the national government is controlling NHIF, which wasn't functional. The national government has been controlling a lot of entities that have not been functional. You see, for me, I don't think there's a solution about CDF, because already where we stand right now, there's a problem with the funding model, the campuses, which is being controlled by the same national government under the Ministry of Education. So I feel like there is no tangible solution for CDF, or if we are serious as a country, then we're supposed to go after those people who steal ISO funds, which again is an ultimate impossibility.
Na auditing basi.
No, auditing is done. Auditing is done.
But it should be public.
It
is never public.
Auditing is public. Actually,
they never publicize it.
If you go online, you find the audit.
They should be accountable for every cent yoyote, hata kama ni bob imetumika.
Inakuwa.
They don't do it correctly, my friend. They don't.
Mbona unaonanga anitama?
Auditor General, kuna madhe fulani anapanga specs.
Where do you think she's usually attacked?
Actually, acha nimwambie, you see
facts zote za venye kunaibwa, venye kunaenda.
Exactly.
Hiki tumeanza recently.
No,
ijaishi kuwa
acha nikwambie sasa.
Never keen to check it.
Hii point imeniwasha. Simwache niongee. Wacheni niongee utaniekea upata hapo. So you see they always tell you don't be a friend with a podcaster because he'll air your secrets. This is me just doing exactly that. There's a friend of mine who works in the county government, and he told me audits are always done. And it's very strict. But what they do is now they forge receipts. So if they forge receipts, that means they can technically forge the disbursement of these funds. You get? So that means there's a lot of forgery and stealing of allocated funds. So that's why nakwambia, if we are just serious as a country, we need ESCC, or what is it called? That corruption body.
Yes,
it is not functional. And the funny thing, is it a pastor or a bishop who's the head right now?
Oh my goodness.
So you see, I feel like there is no solution for CDF. We just need to be serious as a country, because you see the moment CDF inakuwa disbursed hata kwa MP, hawa se kwanza wanatoanga kati yao. Unaona vile wanatetanga CDF? Of course they'll give money, but utapata school fees ya mseni kituka 30k 40k, umse amepatiwa kituka 2,000 3,000. How is that going to help somebody? Because I've heard of such cases.
That's a inakuanga hivyo.
Exactly. So you see, it is not functional already. So if it is not functional at this point, I really don't know. We just need a serious president who will sort of work for this nation.
So for now, what do you think? Do you think inafaa itolewe ama ikae?
Ikae tu vile iko.
Unajua ni constitution number 1. Juu kienda kwa constitution ya 2010 haiko. Na if we start going against the constitution, then the country itadidimia, itaisha tu kabisa. So if the constitution says this is illegal, tufuate constitution. Kama kutakuwa na amendments kwa constitution, then we can do it. So far to this point hatujaikuwa na amendments zote kwa constitution. But for me what I can say ni kama it's unconstitutional, waachane nayo.
Itolewe.
But wafanye hivi, wakiitoa national government make sure kila county, let me finish. National government, if you have a system that is working, then hakuna kitu ni ngumu. National government make sure hizi do zote zimeenda kwa counties na zinatumika vizuri.
And that can
na hiyo auditing ikue. Auditing yenye ni ukweli, si ya kuforge receipts. If we get that kind of system, unapata MP wako akipata hii pesa atatumia vibaya. Kuna counties zingine mingi sana zinapatia hiyo do ya CDF na kuna development hata kidogo. No roads, no nothing, no schools. Unapata watu hii ati bado wanasomea chini ya mti. Wewe niambie CDF ina benefit hiyo county aje?
My only problem is that is more money for cartels in the Ministry of Education.
Well, it's true. Ni kweli,
but you see,
when we get a system that is working,
at least your CDF, it's somewhere we can go and access these people.
My
big and the ministry. How will you go to the Ministry of Education?
Because angalia kutoka funding model. That's why nilikuwa nasema ibaki tu vile iko, because at this point
for now
ibaki vile iko as we look for a solution. Because you see the problem in Kenya, I discovered politicians create chaos and now they want to come up with solutions, which is not functional. The thing is, I know that the CDF model should maintain as it is, simply because there are certain people who benefit from it and it's easily accessible because they know who to go to. Imagine people lining up in the Ministry of Education going to complain about CDF, the whole country. from everywhere and anywhere. I feel like if it is going to be devolved, it should be devolved under the Ministry of Education at the county level.
You know, CDF,
If it's going to be evolved.
CDF is not all about education.
Devolved, sorry.
No,
It's all about the county at a whole, you know.
Exactly.
So si ni doya nini peke yake. So mnaongea ni kama ni doya education tu peke
Like
yake.
nasema isiende kwa national
Ni
government,
funds.
ifike
Iende
kwa county
Najua
government.
ni mali CDF
Basi
ni
kama
mali
inafaa
unaweza-
iende kwa county, basi county zishukishwe zote zikuwe 7 ama hata 10. Tukuwe na management mzuri.
It's totally okay, but you see the thing is,
Let them scrap all these 47 counties. We can at least work with 10
but
counties.
you know, if they scrap
And
them
it is
again, now
workable.
it is an overload
It's
of work.
workable.
It is an overload of work tena. Unaona? So my point is, I individually feel like it should just remain, it should be devolved to the county government so we can bring about some element of accountability. Either way, guys, again, sasa hapa hivi, I believe we have exhausted everything and anything we wanted to talk about and everything. So technically, we have come to the very end of another episode of the Tuchapiane podcast.
Yeah.
And every time I say the Tuchapiane podcast, I'm always very cautious. Very cautious. That's why I add the, so that you can subscribe. But either way,
like, share.
like, share, and subscribe.
Yep.
And we'll meet in the next episode when Madeka will not be singing.
I would be singing again.
See ya.